Mafia, are you ready?
He said, "Are you ready?"
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome, everybody, to Brotherly Love Wrestling Essential Series, and this is the Essential WrestleMania Night 1. And what that means is we're going to pick the top 5 WrestleMania matches for the first night, and then the second part of this series will have the second night. So we'll have 10 of the best WrestleMania matches of all time, and
decided by us.
Decided by us, of course, and doing it just like WWE is doing it. Night 1, night 2. What would you stack back to back nights? WrestleMania. It's going to be a lot. So I have 3 picks this time. Joe has 2, and we'll flip on the next show. Before we get started, just touch on it right away because of the shirts we're wearing. And unfortunately, we were hoping that there'd be positive news still.
Yeah, it sucks to just start reporting now. It's almost like, fuck.
Yeah, that found out that Scott Hall has passed away literally 10 minutes ago. WWE put it out on their Twitter. So it seems like it is official. This one hits probably harder than
a lot of the other ones. And ones that haven't in a long time, like Owen Hart, I remember hit very hard as well. But this is one of those. You were a kid, now we're adults, but this was a part of our childhood.
Exactly.
A big part of mine.
Yeah, actually, Scott Hall was my first ever match, ever seeing wrestling, period. Scott Hall, 1, 2, 3 Kid. When Kid beats him for the money and runs out on Monday Night Raw, like, it's embedded in my memory. It's one of my first memories as a wrestling fan.
I'll never forget the Scott Hall appearance on Nitro.
Yeah, of course. In the beginning of the Monday Night War, that's...
You may know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here.
But
he was so fucking cool.
He was
so cool.
And
he was like the epitome of like, damn, this guy's he just looks fucking cool.
Machismo. It was the
oozing machismo. Yeah,
that's what it was.
That was it though. I mean, he just came in and fucking was set.
Yeah,
he was set, but it seemed like he was like always okay. Like he'd never heard anything about him saying like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to be the main guy." He was always happy, like
he was like the gatekeeper,
contributing to building guys up and having great matches with, I mean, his friends, but also anybody else.
Anyone on the way up would go through Razor,
yeah, because
of how his work was, and that you knew that person could be going to the next level. And like you said, it sucks that he's kind of like stagnant there.
It doesn't suck. It seemed like he was content with doing it. It never seemed like he was like, did he ever show frustration or anything like that about not being the top guy? I mean,
no, he just wanted the money, really.
He kind of was just a businessman, and he was in it with his friends, the clique, and they were all business people. It just so happened that Michaels got the push, Diesel got the push, Razor just didn't get that push. Eventually, Triple H would get it, but Triple H was in that limbo stage too before they left.
Yeah,
he wasn't getting that main event push. He was kind of just like, they were content with being the mid card. Maybe not Triple H, but I mean, we saw his trajectory and what he did to get on top.
Yeah. So we'll talk more about Razor maybe towards the end of the show.
We'll definitely talk about Razor Ramon at the end of a night 1 WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Kind of like a tribute.
Yeah.
Once we regather our thoughts and get a little loose.
Yeah.
Because this has been shit.
Pretty heavy.
Shit way to start.
Yeah. So, 100%.
All right. So now that we can get into this a little bit, I'll explain the rules of how we're going to do this. We're going to do 5 matches. I know Larry said night 1, 5 matches, night 2. The only cachet is that you can't use the same wrestler twice in one night.
Yes.
So, which leads us to explain that although some wrestlers might have had numerous great matches and you can't decide which one's which, only 2 are going to make it because they can show up on night 2. but they can't show up twice on night one.
Correct.
So we're kind of running it as almost like a half-assed how they run WrestleMania now, night one, night two, but
we're talking the greatest matches in WrestleMania history.
And some people have more than one, so they're probably gonna bounce over to night two, at least one, possibly two.
Yeah,
because I want to kind of, as much as we're in the Attitude Era is embedded in us, and how many matches we can pull out of the Attitude Era. I mean, they're not all the greatest matches. There is quite a few.
Yeah,
and they will probably dominate our list because of the fans we are and what we remember.
I think I think me and you anyway, we are able to kind of separate that and know that if there were greater matches later than the Attitude Era, we're willing to say that.
Or before,
of course. Yeah, no. Well, no, I'm saying, before was the golden age. I'm saying now it is always looked down less than Attitude.
Essentially our top 10. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because we each get 5.
Yeah.
So it's going to be...
This is going to be so much fun. Hopefully. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Is your card going to make sense? Are you going to have a main event?
We'll see. The 5 I have...
We don't discuss this before the show, by the way.
No, this is legit.
This is legit.
No.
So he's hell-bent on always screwing up my list.
My 5 is from opener to main. So this is a 5-match on mine.
Yeah, but do you have the main event for tonight, for night one?
Yes.
Because you have the first. You get to open up night one.
I get mid-card.
Close.
And I get to close.
And you get to close night one. And it'll be flipped tomorrow where I get to open night 2 and close night 2. So I think the burden is dropped on me to close out night 2 of WrestleMania. And hope that the 9 that come before it aren't going to outwork my main event.
It's going to be hard.
But you know what? Sometimes, and I'm hoping I'm going to segue you in this one, sometimes
I don't think you will.
The main event isn't the best. No, he's not going to.
Yep, no, you're right. You're right. Go ahead.
All right, sometimes the main event isn't the best match on the card. Sometimes.
And we'll start off the opener of night 1 with that exact example, probably the only example or the best example throughout WrestleMania history of being a non-main event, but completely blowing the show away.
I know you're going with
this match.
You're going to take my first pick.
So my opener will be
already
the Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
You took my first one.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
That is my opener to open night 1 of the greatest WrestleMania matches.
How is that fucking possible? Of all the ones, you took my first one.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
It's a hell of an opener.
You know what's funny is that the opener could end up being the greatest match, the greatest WrestleMania match of all time, because it's arguably the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. I mean, there's a lot of them. And there's a lot that we're going to say that, and a lot of them are different. Some of them are great wrestling matches. Some have great storytelling. Some have great action.
Mm-hmm.
This one is more along the lines of the storytelling and the actual wrestling in the match. This is the Macho Man and Steamboat, 2 workhorses at the time, and 2 guys that we know have mapped this out, have prepared for this to be the best match on the card.
Yep.
They prepared this.
They knew it was
coming.
They
delivered.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, they delivered to set it up, but to be that good to set it up and to have it perfectly work out.
Yeah, and deliver.
Yeah, is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And in a time where the quote unquote wrestling wasn't really the big thing, it was more the characters and the Hogans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Savages, but they weren't really looked at as like, let's talk about the greatest wrestlers of all time. It's more like, you got the Warrior in there, Andre the Giant, who was put on 5-star classics.
That main event, like we said, is Hogan Andre, is the body slam.
It's the body slam and the leg drop.
Yeah, it's everything.
That's it.
But this match,
if you're talking match
absolutely,
and not moment, which we're going to have to decipher through.
Yes.
What you're going to have to kind of weed through the moments, because some are bigger moments than they are matches.
Yeah. Yeah, but
this match was absolutely incredible. Now, I'm going to take a far right turn
Ooh, okay.
into the second match of this show, and this is gonna absolutely wipe the fans out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so this is gonna be Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian with the TLC at WrestleMania, and it's definitely one of the funnest WrestleMania matches of all time.
That was my second pick, by the way. That was going to be my next. I was hoping you're going to have something else because I literally spaced it out booking as far as keeping the audience in it.
But here's the thing. I only get 2.
Oh, I know.
And I had to make sure that because that was going to be my second. So I had to use my second or the fourth match, which would have been a pain in the ass because that main event would have to suffer. But I don't know. I just think match-wise, it's mind-blowing. The whole fucking match was mind-blowing. It's completely different than what we just talked about. This was not a wrestling match. This was basically just a train wreck.
You're right.
This was just a fucking choreographed train wreck. And it was all entertainment. It was all entertainment. The whole fucking match. I get goosebumps thinking about this match because this match was so fucking good.
And not only that, aside from all that.
And you have to keep it on night 1 because I don't feel like it. I feel like that night 2 is going to be a completely different feel to it. I feel like night 2 is just going to be big match after big match after big match after big match. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
So I want to try and get some of the fun out of the way, kind of be like, oh man, this is what fucking WrestleMania is.
And it's innovative too. It was new. It was something that's never been done before.
It was something. Well,
I mean, like to this
extent. Yeah, it was the perfect storm of 3 teams that were hungry, young, and able to do all of this. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what it was. And it was incredible. So I'm glad that I got it on there, and I'm glad that I took your number 2 since you took my number 1. And now
I couldn't be more happy with what you were able to slide in front of me now, because I didn't think I was going to be able to put this on there.
Oh no!
Because I had faith and I thought you would, but I wasn't.
I was taking Savage Steamboat if you weren't taking it.
I know.
So either way, you were getting this on there.
Yeah. I get that.
Whatever you're saying.
No, the one I'm about.
So you had 2. We both had 2 that made this list so far.
Yeah.
Wow, this is strange.
So, and I feel like I'm going to take this pick from you now because I didn't think it was going to be there because I thought one of your picks was going to be this match. And this match is WrestleMania 13, Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What did you just do? What did you just do? No.
Yes.
Oh no. What did you just do? Night 1?
Yes.
Oh my God. What did you just do? I can't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you just did that.
Yes.
Unfucking real. That's unreal. We're not even going to be able to explain the match because I'm so in utter fucking shock right now. And
you were saving it for night 2, weren't you?
Oh my! Was I saving it for night 2? I'll explain to you when this is all over. Oh my God! Just to piss you off. I think I know what my next match is going to be. I know what it's going to be. I'm going to take your main event.
That's not my main event.
Your main event for night 1? You don't have a main event?
The one you're thinking of is not my main event.
That's bizarre.
But Austin Brett.
You screwed me in 2 fucking ways. You screwed me in 2 ways. You did. I can't use either of them now. You just fuck. You don't understand this.
Look, you wanted to make it interesting. I made it
this is very interesting. Night 1, middle of the card. Mm-hmm. Brett and fucking.
And not only that, the reason it's like that because you got to see how I had my lineup.
I'm gonna have to see how you have this lineup going because right now, are you burning one of your burners?
I didn't think because I had
this wasn't going to make your list.
I didn't think it was going to because I thought you were going to take it. That's why.
Yeah. Why did you take it?
Well, because you took the Dudleys, they were going to be my second pick, but you took them already. So I was able to take.
I kind of want to kill you.
Another one of my matches. So
you took one of my matches.
So you can blame yourself because if you didn't take the Hardys and Dudleys,
well, I can blame myself. You picked the fucking match and should be on night 2.
No, I don't think so. No,
absolutely.
We got these are 5, so we have 32 other cards that I think that you can still get a better main event.
You're killing me. It was a fucking great match. It was one of my favorite matches of all time.
Yes.
One of my favorite matches from 2 of my favorites of the WWF.
Yes.
And it was the perfect match. It was the perfect match. There was I can't believe you fucking did it. I can't believe it.
This is why I was so happy to do this.
I'm so fucked now. I can't even think straight of what the next match would be. So now I'm gonna fucking
remember the phone conversation we had earlier today?
Yeah, you're
talking about this.
Me.
And no, and you said, I don't have to worry about anything till tomorrow because I don't have to worry. I don't have no stress. You have all the stress. Now who has all the stress?
Oh, it's not stress. It's just befuddlement. I can pick a plethora of matches that are very deserving of being on this list. It's just that I did not expect that one to be on night 1. So we have.
Wait, before that, I'll let you buy a little bit more time. The reason that I put that one specifically on night 1, I don't know if
I want to hear a reason,
is because this is technically because I'm booking opener, mid, main event. This is my card to book. This is my Mania night to book. So I want mine to be as strong as fucking possible. That was the other reason why I wanted Austin Brett on my night 1 Mania.
Well, you took a good one. I'm not gonna fucking say you didn't.
We could like pause and edit and edit for time if it's gonna take you long to pick or.
All right, so I got to set up the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there's a couple. So right now, I have 2 in my head.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a stall real quick. So we use Savage, Steamboat. We use all 3 of those tag teams. We use Brett and fucking Austin. So I legitimately have a couple really good ones to choose from, wrestler-wise and match-wise.
Okay.
So if I know you... what you want your best card to be. So now I have to plan for a match that I had yesterday. So I'm going to put on this one.
Okay.
This one's a great match, great storyline, great ending. I'm going to say this and you're going to think you know what it is. It's an end of a career match.
Okay.
And it's Michaels versus Flair.
It belongs on there.
I'm sorry.
That's what that's
I think that's honestly a great setup. I think you completely I'm hoping that what you do lifts them back up because I think that they're in awe and they're just destroyed. I think it definitely belongs on there.
Yeah.
But now now I've done something stupid, and now we have Michaels tomorrow because he's making it twice.
Yeah,
he's got too many to not make it twice, and there's another 2 people that probably have too many to not make it twice, but one of them's no, they could both make it still. I'm just going off of what I think would be good. Still belongs on the list and probably would have been on there. Might not have been on there tomorrow, but we got Michaels in there. But I think so. Storyline and the finish and just the match itself. I mean, it was great. You have 2 of the best sellers of all time in there selling for each other.
This is one to where I was back and forth on.
The one that I just picked?
Yeah, because I was on that and then the other Michaels match that is on Michaels Taker first. So 25. So I was back and forth to main event my night for that.
Between those 2 matches?
Yeah.
The one I just said?
Yeah.
Really?
And Michaels Taker. I was so back and forth.
And now you can't do Michaels Taker.
But that's fine because I knew that I felt like Michaels Taker, I think, is the greatest WrestleMania match of all time.
Okay.
Period. So I feel like that belongs on night 2 anyway. So I was willing.
I'm going to tell you what I think is the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. But I digress.
With that, I felt like, all right, if Michaels ends up on the list already, I have that.
It's no matter what you think it's making it.
What?
The Michaels Taker.
It is. Oh, it's definitely making it. Of course. Absolutely. I get 2 picks. I'm using one of them regardless.
I get 1 pick in front of your 2 picks.
That's fine. You can open. I'm good. I only want it on the list, period. That was my thing. But if you open Taker Michaels.
I don't know if I open Taker Michaels.
Well, then you can't take it from me.
Well, what if I use Michaels in another match? I can.
Oh, well, okay. I don't. You're not going to bother me with that because I took Brett Austin from you.
You did take that from me. Very, very thick move on your part. All right. So, what's main eventing night 1?
So,
of WrestleMania.
This was the out there alternate that I had because if we did something like this to where I didn't get Michaels Taker to main event. I still wanted something that could main event, but not overshadow, even though I want mine to be the best, not overshadow night 2 because I didn't think that's going to be possible.
And it shouldn't be possible for night 2.
Yeah.
But we've made it very, very hard on ourselves to not overshadow night 2.
Yeah.
There's only maybe a handful that could do it.
Yeah.
Because these are some of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time.
So this was my other one. And because it's night 1 and because I can't do Shawn Michaels.
Are you we've had a title match, right? Well, we've had the Intercontinental title, the tag titles. Brett and Austin was for
the WWF the title. Yeah.
Then we have a non-title match.
It's going to be another non-title match.
A non-title match.
And I feel like you're going to agree.
Okay. I'm thinking of
and not only that,
I'm thinking of 2 possibles that you're going to pick.
First of all, this is WrestleMania night 1. It's Taker, it's Hunter, it's in a Hell in a Cell, right. And Michaels.
That's the one I figured you were
not competing. But still doing double duty, but being a ref. End of an era. I think this closes out night 1 with a perfect bow.
It definitely belongs on either night. I will 100% agree with that. I'm sad that it's not on night 2. But night 1 has stacked up to be a very, very strong card.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Which is almost unfair. So I almost have to let Michaels Taker slide into your grasp and not use Michaels elsewhere, which I wanted to do.
Yeah, like why would you use that out of spite? Wouldn't you want the best?
I want the best card possible. But the problem is that I needed to go second because I don't know if I have him. I have maybe 2 main events that can be just crowd reaction and all be worthy of the main event with that on the card. And and that is me pushing it. And that's not even a title match.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. But all right, so night 1's over. We got night 1. Night 1 is picked.
Night 1 is over.
So here is
my favorite match of night 1 fell 3rd in the card.
Here's how I
don't tell me
originally did it. And
did you have all of the ones that you said on this?
No. Like what the list was is definitely a derivative of what I wanted. I mean, it's not bad.
You fucking set me up.
So there were a couple but this was my ultimate. If you weren't picking, I picked all 5. Are you
going to tell me ones that might not make it tomorrow or are definitely not going to make it tomorrow? Because if you're going to say one that is going to make it.
I don't think this one's going to make it. And it's one of the greatest. And we said that teetering on moment match thing. I don't think this is going to make it. So I'm going to say it anyway.
Oh, no. What are you going to say?
You don't. I already referenced it once. I've already referenced it once earlier in the show.
Shit, I don't remember what you said. I don't pay attention when you speak. Only when you screw me over.
Well, no, who cares? I mean, look, if it's on night 2, which I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to make it through. But if it's on night 2, it's on night 2. It just didn't make it on night 1. So, and if I want to use it or you want to use it, we can. My opener to main event. Opener, Savage Steamboat.
Okay.
Second, because I want to bring them, they're going to be down already. I'm doing Hogan Andre.
Okay.
That would have been my second.
Okay.
My mid, right in the middle, because I didn't really get wrestling, go back with Austin and Brett.
Okay.
Then, because you've had 2 huge wrestling matches, little bit of a main event feel,
Dudley's.
And then Hardy's Dudley's, and then I follow it up, and yeah,
who actually won that match,
and I end it with Taker Michaels 25.
Okay.
The first Taker Michaels was one of the like I said, greatest match.
So we didn't really derive. All we eliminated was Hogan Andre. So I think we actually made the card better.
I agree.
So we added. No, because you added one besides the.
I added Brett Austin because
what was your main event?
My main event was we added 2 to my list. My main event was Taker.
You know what I'm thinking about
Hunter.
Tomorrow?
What's that?
There is quite a few matches, big time matches,
okay,
that are not going to make this.
Yeah,
like really, really solid matches.
Absolutely,
that
we knew
aren't
that
going to make this.
Okay, so what are you thinking?
I think tomorrow's going to be tough. I think night 2 is going to be rough because we know one match is making it.
Yes,
we know one match
for sure.
I have to come up with a main event.
You do.
That's tough because my main event was taken.
Yeah.
I will tell you that right now. My main event
was Brett.
Yeah, was my main event of night 2.
You know what's funny?
I think
I don't look at it as a main event though.
I look at it as
it wasn't the main event on that card, right?
It was for the title.
Yeah, but I don't feel like Austin Brett was at the end of the night.
Yeah,
I feel like there was still another match.
What was the other match?
I don't remember. I don't know. For some reason, that match is, I'm not degrading that match at all. It's a masterpiece. It doesn't feel like a main event. And maybe it's 13 because I've never really liked, aside from that match, I've never really liked WrestleMania 13. It always
fair to say.
It always felt like just there, aside from that match. But it never felt like a main event to me.
All right. So since we know Shawn Michaels' fate for tomorrow, and we know Undertaker's fate for tomorrow.
Correct.
We know one match that isn't going to make it, and this is going to be our segue. One match that was phenomenal. One match that could easily and maybe should have been on this list.
Okay.
And that's the ladder match for the Intercontinental title between Razor and Shawn Michaels.
Yes, WrestleMania 10.
And I don't know, maybe that one takes out the Edge and Christian one, and that saves for night 2, and that takes out Michaels and Flair. And Razor and Michaels could easily have been on this card, and it still have been a phenomenal card. It's not that ladder match. It's not that ladder match that, big spot. When is Razor going to jump off the ladder? Because it's not, it was a weapon. It was a weapon.
Psychology.
It was a weapon in the storytelling.
Yes.
It was limb targeting with the ladder. It was, that person Michael's got his leg caught up in the ladder. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to use this fucking ladder and keep hitting his leg with it. I'm going to limb target with it. Was, don't get me wrong, it was still fucking great as a ladder match without the high spots. It was one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time.
Yeah.
There's a lot that could be said about a lot of other WrestleMania matches, but this one could have easily made the list. And unfortunately, Michaels being Mr. WrestleMania has so many different WrestleMania moments that because of our rules, we couldn't get it on there. But
that's my fault. That's my fault.
I mean, that's all right. I mean, it's still a very, very high honorable mention.
Yeah, absolutely.
And could easily be on a bonus track on this essential series.
And that's one of those things to where we know we can say that match. And because we know we're not going to use that match.
Here's the thing. Like when you think of Razor Ramon, not Scott Hall. When you think of Razor Ramon, I think him, 1, 2, 3 Kid.
Yes.
I think him, Shawn Michaels.
I
Those
agree.
are my two biggest memories, two best memories, besides the promos, because the promos were outrageous.
And the vignettes.
Oh my God. They were so.
Yeah.
I miss those types of vignettes, Razor vignettes. I fucking miss Mr. Perfect vignettes. They were top tier.
Yes.
They were both top tier, completely different, but they were fucking top tier vignettes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could it get over today? I don't know, but it was fun. It was funny and it was great.
I don't think
it was
could.
entertaining.
Like I agree. It's everything you're saying. I don't think it could get over today, but
it got over then. So does it really matter what happens today?
No, not at all.
It's
not at all.
It's vivid in our memories.
For sure.
Which doesn't really matter if it'll get over today because I remember it and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Like just that he was the coolest. He was fucking, he made toothpicks cool. And if you were growing up in the 90s and you watched WWF when he came out, there was numerous things that you did that I probably still do today. I still
definitely do.
Yeah, well, you do. You chew toothpicks a lot more than I do. So I know for a fact you do the toothpick flick.
We used to go to. There's a diner we used to go to from when I was a baby till now. Me and Jamie go, and always had that little spindle with the with the toothpicks. I would always grab them, and Jamie hated it because I'd always have a toothpick in my mouth and I have a toothpick on my ear, and I would just drive home and I'd have a toothpick in my mouth, but. The best part about doing that and growing up a Razor fan is after you're done with it is the throw. So like,
I don't care where it goes.
I don't give a shit.
Unless you're aiming for someone, because sometimes you did. I know I did when I was a kid.
Of course.
I knew you always fucking, you hit the
yeah, exactly.
And it always goes like this. So you're like, fuck, man, I suck at this. How did he make it look so good?
But yeah, I agree. Like that is one thing that I still do to this day. Like, absolutely.
I will tell you, 5th grade, I was getting into an argument. It was probably going to be a fight. And this kid was bigger than me. And we were both getting held back. And I hit him with one of these. And it pissed him off so much. And I laughed so hard because it's legitimately like, oh, I'm going to bring this fucking wrestling thing to you. It's like just he's one of those guys, like he's just got those mannerisms and those things. Like you can bring that outside of wrestling. And fucking like hitting someone in the fucking schoolyard with the fingers, and then you got to do the. It's the fucking like so many memories. And you don't think about it. I mean, it's unfortunate it's not brought to your attention until someone's on their way to going or someone has passed about how many memories you have locked away of them from your childhood.
Yeah,
and like I was saying, the WCW. I just remember because I'm young, I'm little, and I'm sitting with my dad, and my dad's like, "What the hell's he doing here?" And they're because the commentary is building it, and he's like, and he's locked in. He's like, "All right, he's not supposed to be here. He's supposed to be on Vince's show."
Kayfabe, man.
What is fucking the only guy I know that can carry kayfabe till he's 65? Only man I know. But and then that works for me because I don't know any better. It's real.
Of course.
He keeps it so real.
You don't have the adult going, this shit's fake.
No,
right?
he just
like you don't have that.
It's real to me. And that's why I get the goosebumps all the time because I remember that like this is all like he's not supposed to be here. And then Nash shows up and you could tell that they're just these fucking pricks and they're fucking you could tell that they're bad. You could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
You could feel that they're bad. And fucking it was just you go back and you think about it, you're like, my God, that was fucking phenomenal TV. It was so boom, locked in all the time. And he played he played everything. So cool, so fucking egotistical. It was just.
You jarred something from my memory that I did in high school because one of my buddies was on stage crew.
Okay.
And so after school, like we'd meet up after and we'd go down to stage crew and then I'd catch the afternoon bus. So, but every single time I'd walk through the curtain to go to the back. And when I walked through the curtain, I'd flick the curtain open and I walk through like this every single time because I always felt, and it was only Razor.
And the music plays in your head.
Oh, yeah. And you have to throw the arms out exactly.
But hit it with more.
But it was I had
that
to do
was
it.
the best.
Yeah.
That was the best when you pump your arms because you know it's coming.
And no, yeah, think about it. I'm 14 years old walking through the curtain, and there's a stage and then an auditorium out in front of me. So like that was coming out to Monday Night Raw. It was
all you needed was the ladder set up and walking under the fucking ladder.
But those
which again is one of the the coolest fucking thing. Him walk.
And he wins the match.
And he comes, and he
wins the match.
Yeah, it's supposed, you're like, oh, he's got no shot.
Yeah.
It's bad luck. What is he doing? And oh my God, it's just like the memories. Like, unfortunately, it sucks because you don't appreciate the work that someone has put in until they're gone. Yeah. And it absolutely sucks. But Razor Ramon, childhood, Scott Hall, childhood, it goes hand in hand. It's like fucking like, you have the big time players. And like I said, he was always like, he was the middle of the pack. He was always the mid card, but he always acted like he wasn't.
No, he was always larger than life.
Like
he was always the top.
Was cool.
Yeah.
He was like everything he did. Like, no, he wasn't main title. He wasn't like get in the spotlight, but he was one of those people that you couldn't not watch.
When he was on the screen, you had to.
You had to.
Yep.
And the Razor's Edge, like one of the coolest fucking finishes. I remember I hit my sister with the Razor's Edge, and she landed on her shoulder and popped her shoulder up.
Oh.
She was 5, and I was 10.
Is that one of those things you hit it with her and you went, oh my God, be okay. You're okay. It doesn't hurt. You're okay.
Yes, that's the only thing you have to do. No. Don't tell mom. Don't tell mom.
You're fine.
We're going to fix this. And I hear to this day, remember you ripped your sister's arm out of the socket? No.
That's the don't try this at home thing. Did anyone listen?
Did anyone? Yeah. Were they saying that back then?
In the 90s, they did.
Yeah.
They said don't try this at home all the time. Yeah,
well, no, I never listened.
I
had to try it.
You had the commercial.
Where else am I gonna try it?
You had the commercial where there was all these bones broken, and with Mankind and Michaels and Brett and all those. You don't remember that commercial?
Taker
was another one. Yeah. Like,
you think I'm going to listen to them? You're trying it. I want to be like you.
Well,
don't sell me wrestling buddies.
That's the other thing. Like, don't try this at home, but here is a little wrestler that you can just try everything you're watching on TV. That's, they wanted you to do that. Of course they wanted you to do that.
That's what the commercial was.
Exactly.
And then they had the ring bed. Remember I always wanted that. And I don't think it was, I don't know if it was just made for that commercial, but I could never find it.
Did you ever know anybody who had it?
No.
Me either.
No.
Never, not once.
And it was the coolest looking thing. I was like, how do you get this? Like, I'm like sitting there. I'm like, Ma, I want this. Like, how do I get this? I don't think they made. I would love to see someone who had that. I want to see a picture in someone's house. Because you don't throw that away. You got to keep that.
Yeah. Can you imagine if someone threw that away and like you seen that?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you're drawn by, we're getting rid of this bed. Wait, what is this? How are you getting rid of this? I'm 35. I'm taking this. Bring that in my house. Where was this? It was perfectly in the box. Wasn't sitting outside at all. Don't worry, germaphobe wife. It's all right. It's gonna be okay. It's going in Quinn's playroom. we got some shit to do. Invite the kids over.
All right, well, I think from where we started this episode to where we ended this episode,
but at least we had happy numbers.
Yes, it was absolutely,
because the beginning of the show, I was contemplating on wanting to do this show.
Yeah,
but I knew who I was sitting next to, and I knew I could
find a way to pull that out. Yeah, absolutely.
I could pull through at least because you were starting today. I don't know if I would have been able to do that. I don't know if I would have been able to do that and not do Michael's Razor. I don't know if I would.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point.
Because in all honesty, it's up there. And that wasn't even really the time I was watching. Like I was still
WCW at that point.
But lo and behold, WrestleMania comes around and let's run a pay-per-view. Why not? And that was on it. And it's just like, wow. Like, thank God this is the one we fucking decided to rent. Like, because some of them I didn't. They were fucking like, my dad wasn't paying for it. I wasn't paying for it. I didn't have a fucking job. My dad wasn't paying for all that, and we didn't have the hot box at the time.
Yeah, what age did you get the hot box?
The hot box wasn't until
we were in
Attitude Era.
I was gonna say we were close, we 10, teens. 11, 12 years old, right?
Yeah, I want to say maybe a little older than that when I got it, and my friends got it.
Because I remember
we got the hot box, it was game over. It was all pay-per-views.
Yeah, but I remember having to order 12. Like I remember my mom having to call and order 12 for sure. And I think, and I want to say even
13 and
14 for sure too.
Yeah. So the hot box didn't come out, and then 15 you went to, right?
I wasn't at 15. No.
Was it 15 in Philly?
Yeah, 15 was in Philly, but no, I did not go to 15. I know. Kyle did.
That's another one that doesn't make the list. Well, Kyle was also older than us, but we didn't know. He's older than us and looks younger than us.
Yes.
Fucking
yeah.
How that happens.
So we have night 2.
We do have night 2 tomorrow, which should be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now that doesn't mean it's being released.
I mean, it could.
Yeah, it might. Either way, but look for night 2.
Yeah, we don't decide that either before the show.
No. It's if I get to editing or not. But yes, watch. Obviously, night 2. Follow up the other 5. We hope you enjoyed the 5 that we put.
Probably a lengthier list of
honorable mentions. Yes,
honorable mentions. Coulda, woulda, shouldas.
Yes, of course, because we don't want to name ones.
Tonight was 2 because I'm not putting Hogan and Andre on.
No, either am I. Either am I.
But Razor Michaels, because I only did that because we know where Michaels stands.
Yes, I agree.
And we didn't get it in today, but it's definitely strong honorable mention. I'm telling you,
you get 2 bonus tracks. That's going to be one of the bonus tracks.
Okay.
So we get a bonus track for night 2.
Okay.
And you can pick that since I picked tonight's.
I like that. All right, cool.
See, we make up rules on the fly and everyone's happy.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll be talking to you very soon.